welcome to another episode of Match Analysis. So here we've got Mr. Aquaman's Kotal Gauntlet. As we all know, Mr. Aquaman, big Kotal fan. He's been playing Kotal since MKX, and he decided to put on a Kotal-only show. So this is a bracket filled with the best of the best in terms of Kotal players, and in terms of picking which match to do, it was kind of tough, right? There's a lot of really good Kotal players in here, so deciding which one to go with was not necessarily the easiest pick, but we did go with Tigers versus Turkey. I'll explain maybe a little bit more as to why I chose these two in particular as later on. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I mean, Turkey, as many of us know, is an incredible Kotal Khan player, and Tigers is he plays the whole cast. He really is a player that can do incredibly well with almost any character. In fact, probably every character. I'm sure he could beat me with every character. That's for sure. And he's had great tournament placings with all sorts of a variety of characters. So here to see him in this Kotal Gauntlet, not necessarily a big surprise because of his ability to play such a plethora of characters. So his Kotal Khan definitely up to snuff. But the other thing too, you know, he's here, but you guys can't see it, but this is a almost 5-hour video, and we are deep into it, 3 hours in. So this is deep into the bracket here. So Tigers has got a few opponents behind him. I believe this is also winner side. This was a 16-player Kotal only bracket. So Tigers still definitely hanging in there, and many of these other players are Kotal only loyalists. Like Turkey is a Kotal only, so we'll see if Kotal only is the way, or if perhaps TitaniumTigerz and his plethora of characters is going to work out. Tigers has stated though before that he is, in his opinion, the best Kotal Khan. That's what he said on the State of the Game podcast that me and Junkbox host. So we'll see how that works out for him. Now, let's take a look at the abilities. Very important here, I think. In terms of what they're bringing to the table, we've got... the names are incorrect here, so hopefully that doesn't end up being too confusing. It'll get squared out, hopefully. But from Turkey, we've got Con Cut, so this is going to be a launcher. Also means no armor break. So no armor break. One of the best armor breaks in the game. Going to be off the table here for Turkey. He's got the Grand Discus. This is going to give him access to plus frames. Plus frames are good. And then he's got the command grab. So it's a mid command grab. There's a handful of tick throw setups. This plus this and his plus frame string create a very, very heavy risk reward in his favor, because there's so many options, and almost every single one of them, if he gets it right, is great for him. And there's just too many. There's more than, it's like he can do 1 into command grab, 1-2 into command grab, 1-2 into launcher if you try to jump out of it. He can also go into just finish the string for plus frames. Like, it's very, very good. And Tigers, he's basically got the same thing. However, he's keeping his armor break, and he instead has the healing totem. I can't say that word right here. I'm not even going to try. Healing totem. That's what that says. So we're going to go ahead and hop right in here. And man, look at this production value as well. Aquaman puts on one hell of a show. He's been cooking up some cool stuff for the return of the Coliseum. And in the meantime, the Kotal Gauntlet is kind of a bit of a taste, I would assume, of what we can expect in the future. Like, look at how clean this layout is. This is gorgeous. If only he had some means of changing the health bars to match, that'd be next level. Alright, I got distracted by the production value, though. Let's look at the opening moves here. Very important, in my opinion. What are we doing out of the gate? Out of the gate, Tigers is swinging. That is what we're doing out of the gate. So Tigers is just stepping forward with this big sword of his. Another thing that's going to be confusing here is they're both wearing almost the same fucking skin. Great. So it's bald Kotal. Tigers is the bald one, and Turkey has the headpiece. So if you get confused throughout the set, don't worry. I'm right there with you. I'm going to get confused too, especially if these names stay where they're at, but I'm sure Aquaman will, as the set progresses, swap that around. Ooh, tries for a command grab attempt. And that is something we can probably expect to see a lot of. Both of them are playing with the command grab, and it's a mid command grab, so it's not a command grab that you can duck underneath it. You have to short hop or jump over it. So players jumping on their wake up and stuff, not necessarily going to be unheard of. Oh, and that actually is not the healing totem. That's the damage totem. Shows how much I know about reading whatever that language is. Okay, so this is the damage totem. So instead of healing, he's just going to hit like a fucking monster if he catches you, even with just like a string. One string into a special is going to hit for 30%. 30 plus. And if he hits any of these crushing blows, it's going to get real deadly. So here's the plus frames. Now, the plus frames, there's also some pushback on them. So Kotal's not really able to take as significant advantage of his plus frames as some others. And it's not a lot of plus frames. It's only like +2. But, I mean, +2 is still good. It's still better than being negative, right? So definitely going to be something you want. And here we go. Turkey just goes ahead and cashes out on that crushing blow. So he's going to take some chunky damage here. 35%. He tried to get in from before there. Not going to be able to break the sun. And look at that. Even with the sun up, I think this is going to be a theme, and likely was a theme throughout the tournament, but everybody's going to have access to a sun. So he starts at 376, right? 376 is where his health is at. He puts this sun up, and by the time Turkey is done hitting him with a full combo, he's only taken 70 damage. He's at 303, and the sun is he's at 308. Like, only taken 7%. He got hit with a full combo, and it only did 7%, essentially. That is really, really strong. The character's ability to get a sun up, hang out in it, and it's, you know, like Bullock, the totem had the defensive totem, right, that would give you damage reduction. The sun, coupled with that, it's like they're not even hitting you. So, very, very powerful tool, and I expect to see both players likely utilizing it if they can find an opening. Now, there are risks associated with it. In particular, Kotal has a crushing blow for counter hitting at full screen. So if you throw a sun up and they throw the disc at you, that can actually end up triggering that crushing blow. Nice little short hop over the low. Gets him with a throw to follow. Ooh, that's a big swing. Not enough for the kill, but, I mean, now look at how far ahead Tigers is. Tigers has 308 health. He basically hasn't been touched since that corner situation, that combo that did 7%, essentially. And Turkey's only got 18 left. So Tigers just backs away, and then after he's backing away, comes back in with the boot. So that's the classic, right? You start to run away, and then as your opponent gets more and more overzealous in trying to hunt you down, you just swing at them with one of your longer range normals that catches them in their attempts to chase you down. And Turkey had to chase him. Turkey couldn't necessarily afford to let him run away for free. There's that sun again. And here's going to be a launcher now. Wow, the spacing from Turkey. This is key. He goes ahead and forces a breakaway, so he'll back away. And the thing about Kotal is Kotal feels fine at even further from this, which is why he takes another step back, to be honest, right? He took an even further step back, but he saw a whiff. He saw Tigers push a button, and because he pushed a button, and Turkey was way over here, that button's not going to happen. Or not going to hit anything. So, but Turkey knows which button to push. He's going to go ahead and push this big, massive swing of the sword. Covers about half screen and full launcher. And that breakaway that Tigers used to get out of the combo before is not available to stop this follow-up. So that's 36 that he just has to hold. And there's another command grab to follow it up. In some ways, the convenient thing here, though, for Tigers is that he does get out of the corner from that. There was no opportunity for Turkey to amplify because of where Tigers died in the animation. So because he died so early in the animation, the round was already over, and Turkey wasn't able to make any decisions with positioning. Although here he is able to. Plus frames. Now both of these players, they play a lot of Kotal, so they are going to be versed and aware. They're going to know the plus frames are coming, and they're going to be kind of aware of what the good buttons to do to take advantage of those plus frames are. So the knowledge and the layers of what they know the other guy knows is going to get pretty deep here. Free plus frames, no challenge though, knowing he has to deal with it. And it looks like actually he ended up challenging there. But now all of the meter gone for Tigers. He's about to get a defensive meter back, but only thing you can do with just that is a roll, and you got to get knocked down first for that. And Turkey has a life lead. or doesn't have the life lead, I should say, has a fatal blow though, so he has the opportunity to really, really shift the tide if he gets an opening. And Tigers, not enough damage on him for a fatal blow to be a thing. Now, they both have fatal blow available. The life lead barely in Tigers' favor here. And there's only 15 seconds left as well here. Oh, this could be the kill. Breakaway is coming out, and he knew it. What a play by Turkey. This is definitely a sign of somebody that's been playing this character quite a bit. He didn't even opt to go for any kind of poke into it, right? Like, he just does it raw. He knows the breakaway is coming, and on this launcher, it might not, I mean, look, he's been here before. He has been here where he launches somebody up with con cut, and they break away. That has happened. So he knows that perhaps jab into it, not going to work. We're just going to go raw fatal blow. And raw fatal blow is the play. Gets the catch, and that's going to get the kill here. So Turkey takes game number 1. And we'll see if Tigers can stabilize here and turn it around. So there is still options to switch variations here. I will say, though, the armor break did not come up for Tiger, and Turkey has been getting good mileage out of the con cut. So that is one of the differences between the two. Tigers has been doing okay with that totem, though. He was able to get a little bit out of the totem, so it's not like a guaranteed case of like, oh, well, you should just copy your opponent's build. That's definitely not it. But still getting some good use out of those moves that Tigers is like, I don't want to take con cut because I want to keep my armor break. Well, he kept his armor break, and the armor break did not come up, and he didn't take the con cut, and the con cut ended up netting quite a bit of damage over to Kotal. All right, this is not the match. I don't know what this is. I'm sorry. I can't actually hear what they're really saying because it's really quiet. I'm sure there was some sort of toast, but. All right, command grabs out of the gate. We're going to see a lot of those. It's one of the better command grabs in the game. A doesn't have a difficult input to do. It's got the easy mode inputs, and it's a mid. Gives a damage buff, side switch. Doesn't have a crushing blow, but, I mean, man, that's like the only thing on the list that it doesn't have. And look at this. Going right back. Now, here's something, though, that I do think we should take a look at that I hadn't noticed. We do see a variation switch here. So Tiger switches it up. And I'm curious as to what he's running, build-wise. Oh, he didn't switch it up at all. Weird. So he's just switched up his costume, is what it looks like. Because he still has the totem, and he still has all the other pieces of the puzzle. So it's the same build, just a different look here from Tigers. Okay. That's fair. Sometimes you just gotta look different. Maybe he was getting confused by which one was which. It happens to me. If my character looks like the other one, and all the difference is that like one of us is bald, okay, that would definitely throw me off. And there's that string. It's so deadly because of the command grab threat. That was a big whiff there from there. The parry out of nowhere. That was input errors, though. Happens to the best of us, including the best Kotal Khan. Totem setups, plus frames, all of this stuff right now, Turkey just having to kind of deal with. Okay, here's a good opening. And now that totem is up, but it's not going to matter. I love the hit confirm into fatal blow here from Turkey. And I think Aquaman just sort of kind of noting that Tigers didn't do it for himself, right? Like, he got these hits here. And instead of going into Fatal Blow, he ends up going into Amplified Discus. And that Amplified Discus gives him some distance and whatever, but not the kill that he needed. And Turkey lets him know how it's done. So he finds quick opening, and he knows, okay, I'm just going to Fatal Blow. I'm not going to launch you. I'm not going to Crushing Blow you. I'm not going to do anything fancy at all. I am just securing the round. Very key to just secure the victory. Make sure you can get that W. Everything else is secondary. Now, it's not bad to keep your Fatal Blow. If the resources, there is no breakaway, you don't have to worry about it. It's not bad to keep your Fatal Blow for maybe later, but there, didn't even bother to launch, and Tigers could have broken away, so just straight for the throat on that one. Drink up. Now, didn't have the meter to amplify on this one, so that is why he let him out of the corner. The meter is a little dry there. It'll get him back on the recovery, but when he needed the amplify to keep Tigerz cornered, it did run out. Oh, nice anti-air. And here's another just big opening, and Tigerz no breakaway available. This defensive meter still on the recharge. So that 30% he just has to deal with. And look at this bait from Turkey, right? Turkey just spooks him. He just steps in and then steps right out. That's all that he does. Steps right in, steps right out, and Tigerz gets spooked. Bam. Fatal blow, or breakaway, or get up attack comes out. Wrong mechanic. Just name something else. V-skill comes out. Fucking moron. And goes for an armor break attempt. So he has, and this is what we were talking about earlier. This is the difference between these two builds right now. Is one of them has armor break, the other one does not. Tigerz, he gets the crushing blow. This is where I would break away. And Tigerz wants to get good usage out of the abilities he brought with. Or didn't bring with. So he decides to just go for the armor break here. Now, he didn't waste a slot on this, so it doesn't feel bad that he didn't get it, but Turkey knowing that, well, I guess there was no breakaway option available, right? Oh, no, he could if he doesn't get up attack right there, yeah. So he could have done a breakaway, doesn't do it. There's going to be a good punish here for Tigerz, though. And right into the sun, trying to heal himself up. Damage totem up as well. And it's given him a lot of health, actually. He still needs to get another one if it's going to be significant. And even, I mean, he would need like 3 suns for it to be a real big deal. And you don't, I would argue, you don't want to heal yourself out of fatal blow range. Keep yourself in that under 30% so that you can explode just like this into massive damage. So this is a grip of damage here. Not enough for the life lead, though. And Tigerz is going to be forced to have to go back in. Plus frames. How do you deal with it? Oh, the big swing is how you deal with it. Those plus frames, as nice as it is to say I have plus frames, they got too much pushback that Kotal's not able to take big advantage of it. And Tigerz knew it, so he just went and switched. Look at this patience. Both of them just shimmying back and forth. Ooh, no armor break, but Turkey doesn't have the armor break, so he was just swinging at those lows. The podcast is called State of the Game. Junkbox is the one that hosts up on his channel. Big drink. Back into the corner as well. 337. Nice trade, but, I mean, those trades are definitely in Turkey's favor. He's got the life lead. Oh, flawless block attack. Tigerz is trying to stabilize. Drink, and there we go. Turkey gonna take it. Clean combos here. No defensive meter to stop it. And if you're about to go watch the Tigerz episode, he says it in there. He thinks he's the best Kotal Khan. He thinks that Kotal Khan's really strong. He's the best Kotal. And Turkey's definitely putting a challenge to that claim. I think I challenged him on it too in the podcast that he's got to get some results to really say it. But right now, Turkey in where it arguably counts the most, definitely kind of bringing it to him. Tigerz is an incredibly talented player, nothing against him, but Turkey is, when it comes to Kotal, fearsome indeed. So here we go, game number 3. Tigerz is not been able to make it work. His build has not been able to capitalize on maybe the key aspects of it. Like, you know, the armor break hasn't come out. That was something that, you know, he opted to continue to keep having. The damage totems are there, but we haven't seen any really gnarly damage come out from Tigerz, right? Like, we haven't seen a case of, oh, 3 totems are up and a big dumb combo happened for 50%. That hasn't happened. When the totems are up, Turkey's been a little bit more defensive. Turkey's been hanging back. Doesn't want to let something go too off the rails on him. And the other thing, too, is setting the totems up is a risk. So Tigerz is more hesitant to throw them out there because he doesn't want to get opened up and blown up. Okay, that looks like an input error. That was, I mean, both players, different approaches from the start. Tigerz is swinging. Turkey's backing up. He's got room to be more patient and kind of figure out what his opponent does. Tigerz, his back is against the wall here, so he's got to make something happen here. Now, another thing to note here, Tiger has switched variations now. So instead of the totem, now we've got the cat. The totem hasn't been working out, so now we've got the cat. I don't necessarily know that the cat's key component where it can be going through projectiles is going to be a big thing. Kotal's not a zoner, but cat is a really good ender. Not as good as the command grab, though, so. Drink, drink, drink. Wow, what was that? Did he just hit him out of a... Oh, okay, that was a reversal. I thought that was his his up two, but I was like, well, does he have the meter to do it? And he did not have the meter to do an up two, but no, this is just a reversal on his armor break, and his armor break is slow, so he actually ends up getting hit out of it.
That 1-2 was kind of wild.
Swing it, swing it. Big swords, plus frames. And you see, Turkey, almost every single time the plus frames are available, he doesn't use them to pressure his opponent, right? He's not following it up with more offense. He's getting the amplified disc, and he's taking those plus frames and running away with them. He's like, all right, I'm out now. And it's an interesting approach, because oftentimes plus frames for most players lead to an approach of like, okay, I'm going to take my turn because it's that much harder for them to interrupt me if I try to, but Turkey hasn't been doing that. He takes the plus frames and the guaranteed chip, and then he just kind of backs off, sees what his opponent's going to do. There it is again. Plus frames into nothing.
That wasn't meant to be a pun because his name is Tigers, by the way. That was accidental.
Pushing him closer and closer to the brink here. Here's that cat coming out, taking a bite out of crime. I wish that they gave, for this beetle skin, they gave him a different cat form. Like, just kind of like changed it up a little bit. It'd be tight. It'd be a lot of work to animate, I guess, or whatever. Or to, like, you know, have to make a whole new model for that, but whatever. And this is Turkey. This is the sign of a true master of the character. Turkey only has 5 seconds left. He has to get the life lead here. Now, he has already got the life lead, but, like, there's breakaway available here. So the combo that he goes for, if he launches at the wrong time, then he has to worry about getting caught by some kind of wake-up fatal blow. Like, a number of things could go wrong here if he decides to go for full combo. The other thing, too, he doesn't have breakaway or armor break. He doesn't have the armor break move. He's taken con cut for launchers, so he doesn't have the armor break. So he's not going to be able to deal with it if he does let him break away. So he's just going to have to, like, hold that or whatever. So he just decides, I'm just going to go straight into fatal blow. I mean, he could fatal blow them out of it, but I don't know, that maybe is only a corner-only thing. I don't know enough about Kotal. We saw it a little bit earlier, but like I said, it could be a corner-only thing. But if that's the case that he's going to have to use the fatal blow, then I'm just going to use it early. I'm not even going to take the risk and maybe have something go wrong. I'm just going to do it. And this is, of course, the kill. Very, very cleanly done here. And Turkey now on set point. Looking to get 3-0 here if he can close out this next one. Big swing of the sword. Look at the spacing, though. Turkey knows. Turkey knows. Like, from the round start, Turkey's trying to make some, or Tigers is trying to swing at something. He feels confident about this range. It's good coverage where if Turkey was swinging in, he would probably get hit, right? But he just forces a whiff out of him, and then when this whiff comes, he's ready for the punish.
What the fuck is going on with these Kotal cons? He's gonna saw him a little bit more.
Plus frames, but in fact gets hit by that instead. Oh, you can duck underneath it. This is another case of absolute character mastery. Turkey is, and has, from my understanding, always been a dedicated Kotal player. What he realizes right here, look at this meter. Empty. Empty meter means no guaranteed amplified discus. It's duckable. So what does he do? He fucking ducks it. He knows. He is so in tune with where everything is, everything that's going on in the match. Something where technically you can duck it, but oftentimes you have to worry about the amplify, so ducking underneath it is a bit of a risk. And he just decides, it's not a risk when they don't have the meter to do it. So he's just ducking underneath it. So very cleanly done there by Turkey. and finds the opening here. Plus frames, and that actually might be the first time that we see Turkey go for plus frames and then followed up with pressure here. We see the plus frames right there, and this is one of the first times that he swings, but when he swings, he gets hit. And he gets hit by down 4 into unblockable. So this guaranteed. Now, it's not a lot of damage. It ended up being like the down 4 plus the unblockable for probably overall maybe about like 7 to 8%, maybe at most 10%, at most, and that is probably being generous. I don't think it's hitting a full 10. Ooh, big whiff for the command grab and the crushing blow. Breakaway not available either, so Turkey's gonna get full damage on this. 35%, that is so good. And then the tattoos weren't even radiating yet. Although Tigers answers back pretty nicely as well. 24% is not bad with the Tiger Bite. I think the command grab is a better ender ultimately, but the Tiger you can do on like a lot of stuff that the command grab, like the command grab doesn't work on grounded stuff when on hit, right? It only works in tick throw setups or they need to be airborne. And the Tiger you can just keep them grounded, no breakaway problems, just get the bite in there, get the damage. Plus frames. Now Tigers has been going for the offense after the plus frames a lot. And Turkey has not been really challenging it too heavily. Here's these pokes coming out. Oh, big jump over the command grab, though. I talked about it early at the beginning of the set that the command grab, you have to jump over it. So people neutral jumping on wake up is not going to be unheard of because that's how you deal with meaty command grab when it's a mid. You have to jump over it. You have to.
I mean, this is it. TitaniumTigerz, he's got something to show for here.
That was dirty.
All right. Gets a quick command grab.
This is the little shining light of hope. There's just
Looking underneath, big swing and a miss. So Tigers now starting to adapt to the range and spacing game here. Ooh, random short hop, not sure what that was. Is there something on the bottom of my shoe? Is that what he was doing? Trying to get him to check it out. Oh, wow. This is a PSA for people that are sick and tired of dealing with the sun. What you need to do when you see the sun is crushing blow it. If you put a crushing blow through, it deletes the sun from the screen. That's key. That's huge. So when Tigers sets this sun up here, he just throws a disc at him. Because here's the problem with sun. It heals you, it does all this shit, but its recovery is eternal. It takes a really long time for it to recover. Now, granted, some characters, it doesn't matter that he's recovering all day because Kotal, even with this big sword, he's only going to go to about here. He's not going to be able to hit him in time with the sword. You have to have a teleport for the most part to be able to get around that kind of thing. And Kotal's got no teleport, but what he does have is his projectile. And because Turkey hasn't cashed out that crushing blow yet, he's able to do so here. Now, it's the final round. It's a huge life lead that he needs to make up for, and it's the final round, so we'll see. But, I mean, definitely a good use of that because it guarantees that that sun is going to be gone. And those suns can be difficult to deal with, especially when you have to make up the life lead here, right? Turkey needs to turn this around big time. And he's got no fatal blow to do it either. 40 seconds left on the clock, and he cannot freeze it. Well, he can with an interactable, actually. But wow, he's just going to get a bunch of sequences here. Uppercut, this is more meter awareness here from Tigers. So Tigers gets his opponent, launcher, immediate uppercut. He knows this breakaway is available. He knows the breakaway is available. He doesn't have armor break. He doesn't have fatal blow anymore, so he just goes for immediate uppercut. Tigers, if he was gonna break, didn't even get enough time to do it, and otherwise maybe he, expected something and just didn't go for it. But either way, Tigers gets to keep his defensive meter. That is gonna be a little rough, and is he gonna be able to chip through? 92 health remaining here for Tigers, but Turkey's got the life lead, so no need to get too over aggressive, and he just goes in and swings. And Tigers, I don't know if he tried to challenge. We don't see a counter hit popping up, so it doesn't look like he got hit out of something. Tigers may have just been anticipating a normal disc on block, or his meter awareness. He might have been thinking because if you look at the well, hold on, let me see. When does he spend it? No, he's had the meter the whole time. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Tigers just maybe wasn't expecting the amplify really, and got caught. He just got caught, expecting a stagger, expecting a normal one, expecting something else, and ends up getting hit. So Turkey takes it 3-0. A very, very solid finish here from Turkey to take that victory. Very nicely done. The fatality to close it out as well. And Turkey goes on to win this event. And my understanding is, I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but my understanding is Turkey only lost 2 games in the entire event. 2 games, not 2 sets, 2 games, the whole tournament. Turkey is, in a lot of ways, like, I mean, who else can claim that they are the better Kotal? I know he didn't win the Pyramid of Power poll, but he was second place and an incredibly talented Kotal player, and I think without a doubt the best. This tournament that Aquaman held is a absolute testament to that. And I mean, man, 2 games in a whole bracket filled with the best Kotal players around. I don't even know how else you would challenge or stake a claim to being the best with a character other than surviving something like the Kotal Gauntlet, like in such a fashion that he did. So really big props to Turkey, an incredibly talented Kotal player. Looking forward to seeing some more of him and him putting Kotal on the map. And of course, I want to give a big thanks to Mr. Aquaman for giving me permission to check out the Kotal Gauntlet for match analysis here. Typically we'd stick with just normal tournaments, but it's fun to have some of these different kind of rule sets or environments, like this being a Kotal only event. Gave us a different peek at kind of how that approach is taken when you do have a mirror match and how these players go. And this was a case of a absolute character loyalist and master versus one of the best chameleons in the scene, and loyalty wins out in this one. So like I said, though, big thanks to Mr. Aquaman for letting me take a look at this. Make sure you guys are checking out everything that he's running. He's got plans to do more of these character gauntlets, and of course the Coliseum is coming back, which is in a lot of ways the inspiration and template that I base a lot of the stuff that I do off of. So Mr. Aquaman always pushing the bar higher and higher, so make sure you guys are checking out the content that he's putting out for the MK scene, because I mean, it's a pinnacle when it comes to Aquaman. So big thanks to him, and that's going to do it for this episode of Match Analysis.